welcome you all in yet another edition of Interactions over Video series with market veterans and experts to commemorate the 5th anniversary of Artham Phenometry. Today, we have with us a finance industry stalwart, Mr. Vishal Kapoor. Mr. Vishal Kapoor is a CEO of IDFC Mutual Fund. He is a professional with diverse experience of more than 2 decades in banking, asset management, and consumer marketing. On behalf of Artham Phenometry, I welcome Mr. Vishal Kapoor to share his expert views on the topic titled Way Forward for Equity and Fixed Income Investments. Thank you.
Heartiest congratulations to Tejas Bhai and the entire team at Artham Phenometry for having completed 5 wonderful years and wishing you the very best in the years ahead. आप सभी को बहुत बहुत बधाई. Artham Phenometry has already established itself so successfully in providing much needed guidance to investors and helping them generate wealth. We are happy to have partnered Tejas Bhai and his wonderful team in meeting investors' needs both across equity as well as fixed income products. Wish you all the very best in the years ahead.
My very first question to you is that post massive correction in the equity markets in February and March 2020, we have seen a phenomenal rally in last 4-5 months and markets are again at near to its peak. So investors are left in confusion and doldrum what to do now as far as their equity investments are concerned. So is it a right time to invest into equities? And if yes, do you prefer a lump sum investment or something what we call STP, Systematic Transfer Plan, as a strategy of investment? Please share your views on STP, sir. Thank you.
The last several months once again show us that trying to predict and time the market in the short term is futile. If you wait, the markets continue to rally or do not fall as sharply as you expect them to, you will remain waiting. और मार्केट में उतार चढ़ाव तो चलता ही रहेगा. One must acknowledge, however, that there are a lot of uncertainties. For instance, how the COVID situation and the unlock will evolve, whether there is an expected demand improvement that will sustain, how the central bank and the government will support the economy, and ultimately how the equity market journey continues. Now, given this situation, one should expect the market to be quite volatile based on news flow, and therefore a staggered approach towards investing your lump sum may make sense. SIPs are also an advantage when markets are volatile, giving you the opportunity of averaging out your cost of investment. I would also like to highlight a key learning from the pandemic, that we need to allocate some amount for exigencies and keep some liquid investments. It is also times like this that tell us the benefit of fixed income when it provides a cushion so that your overall investment portfolio does not see a sharp drawdown. At IDFC, we've been trying to promote the concept of SIPs in fixed income, or SIFI, which is a good way for us to look at making the allocation that you want through a combination of equity and fixed income.
My first question is that which are your preferred categories of equity mutual funds? Let's say if someone wants to take fresh equity allocation at this juncture for a horizon of 5 years and above, which according to you should be the category he should look at it? A large cap, multi-cap, mid-cap, small cap, or a dynamic equity fund?
These are all very distinct equity fund categories, and we should look at them based on the investor's risk appetite, his past experience, and response to equity market cycles. For example, for investors who are new to equity markets and maybe some who's looking to build an equity portfolio on the recent uptick, we would advise that consult a financial advisor. But in general terms, for new investors, dynamic equity products like dynamic equity funds or large cap funds may be reasonable as a starting point. But for more experienced investors looking to allocate to equity over the long term, one could look at allocations into the mid cap and small cap space because valuations there are still quite reasonable. But the bottom line remains, we should focus on the overall asset allocation and stay disciplined on that, rather than just be very, very active with reallocations across the flavor for the season.
Nowadays, everyone knows what is systematic investment plan or SIP as we call it, but SIP's lesser known cousin is SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. Probably we may know about it, but may I request you to share your thoughts on what SWP is and how Arkham Phenometry's investor can take benefit of this SWP strategy as a regular income flow from their own mutual fund investment.
Like you rightly said, just like SIP has proven to be a good way to build wealth, SWP is an excellent way of enjoying the fruits of your investment. SWP is one of the lesser known and used jewels in our industry. While SIPs help us invest in a systematic manner, SWP does the reverse, which is to withdraw in a systematic manner. So if today you have a sum of money that you want to invest so that it compounds and grows so that inflation does not eat away its value, and at the same time you need cash flows from this investment, then SWP is the way to go. Just like an SIP, you can give a one-time instruction for your SWP and you can choose if you want to withdraw a fixed amount or if you want to withdraw the capital appreciation. So it's very flexible as well as tax efficient. So in our opinion, it is definitely something that an individual needing regular cash flow, like a retiree, should consider.
While equity mutual funds have seen slowdown in inflows over the last few months, debt mutual funds have seen strong inflows. Within the debt category, we have seen that government securities funds are garnering good interest among retail investors. What is your view on this specific category, and further, how should one look at investing in debt schemes?
Gilt funds have found favor, especially with retail investors, in recent times because of a couple of reasons. Firstly, recent past returns have been extremely attractive on account of falling interest rates. And secondly, concerns in the credit quality and some distress in lower quality corporate debt has resulted into investors seeking safety, and gilt funds were favored since they are the highest quality available in the spectrum. However, both these reasons are not the best approach to investing in gilt funds. Gilt funds take higher interest rate risk in order to generate higher returns because they are not restricted to keep the duration within a band, like, for example, a short term fund, which is a category which SEBI defines and keeps a band into a very tight zone. Gilt funds invest in government securities. Therefore, by their very nature, they are investing into the sovereign and do not carry any credit risk. However, because these funds can invest in G-Secs of any maturity, for example, say even a 30-year paper, they can run a very high interest rate risk. And interest rate risk can work both ways. When interest rates fall, you will see gains in the NAV. But when interest rates are rising, you may see a similar decline in NAVs. And therefore, entering into this category looking at past returns and assuming that there is no risk is not the right approach. Gilt funds are volatile in nature, and therefore, in the past, an investor could have seen a negative return even for a period of almost a year. So it is important that one should have the right risk appetite, the right investment horizon, and the right allocation for this category of investments.
My very last question to you is that in past 6 months, we have seen 2 months which were of complete lockdown. Remaining months have remained of a partial lockdown. Even in such times where investors' income and revenues are getting challenged, as per media reports, we have seen 20 lakhs new mutual fund folios getting opened in the industry. So does this mean that retail investors are now going to the mutual funds as their preferred investment avenues? Could you please share your thoughts on that, please?
The strong growth in mutual fund folios, even in these troubled and restricted times, indicates that investors are continuing to look at the opportunity in financial investments and are not shying away from taking advantage of the current volatility. Investors today are preferring mutual funds as the most suitable route for diversifying their investments and for participating in the growth potential of capital markets. We believe that the future potential and scope of penetration of mutual funds in India is huge, and we still have miles to go.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sure you will find it very insightful.
And thank you very much for all your support of past 5 years.
Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.